Hey everyone, I'm Zakk.
I'm Shane.
Welcome back, and this is his thing. I have no fucking idea what's going on.
We're doing Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We're doing it in chronological order. Damn it, dude, my bad. Chrono. Dude, I just started playing Chrono Trigger for the Super
I
Nintendo.
know, and it's just poisoning a lot of young minds.
Chrono Trigger. Watch your mouth, alright? Alright, so, last time what happened to Clone Wars? We had a little 3-episode arc.
Refresh my memory.
So it opened with the great Bombad Jedi.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, and then Newt Gunray was taken prisoner.
Okay.
And then he was freed.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, the Senate commandos were there.
Mm-hmm.
And they take him, and how did that end? Oh, the Lair Grievous.
Mm-hmm. Lair Grievous.
Yep, I remember now.
Yeah, Lair Grievous. So we got to see a little more insight. We got to see a little more of a badass Grievous. You know, he wasn't going against like Obi-Wan or... Well, he can't go against Anakin. But was it going against Mace, like in a micro-series? Was it going against Obi-Wan, who eventually destroys him?
Yeah.
Going against low-level Jedi and mid-level Jedi. And yeah, he did pretty well, and we get to see more. Dave Filoni talked about how Lair Grievous is kind of just... You're seeing the mind of Grievous. You know what I mean? Like, you get to see the statues of him, the tribute to himself. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting episode, and, you know... Yeah, Kit Fisto got away. General Grievous kind of passed his little mini... test to Dooku. The Sith are always testing each other.
So he got away, and he's like, you know, so there's room for improvement.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, now that arc's over, so we're going to start something new.
All right.
I think this is pretty fun, and I don't want to build any expectations, so I say we just start.
You're not the prisoner I'm looking for.
An asshole. Nope, sorry.
You recognize that species?
The fucking...
Oh. This is how you thank me for rescuing
He's
you.
a human.
Pounce on me from the ceiling. Kinda different.
At least you're a master at getting caught.
Very funny.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. I thought I sensed an unpleasant disturbance in the Force. Where might he be if you weren't always around to rescue him?
Republic troops are boarding as we speak.
Jedi fools.
I should have seen that coming. What are you doing?
They kind of look like the thing from Bespin.
You
Just sliding down a fucking... The slide.
Yeah.
Your ship is ready, sir.
Good.
That's what he was using in Attack of the Clones, too.
Sure, it's like a sail. It's like an equivalent of a sailboat.
It's like a solar sailor. I think that's what it's called, yeah.
I've had better landings.
Dooku.
What's this? A homing beacon?
The distinguished count is waiting for help. So he can't be far
Distinguished count. It's kind
His
of funny.
engine is damaged. Strange.
Many life forms in there.
Dooku's one of them.
Let's try to get him before something else does.
I wish they made his lightsaber
What's that?
a little lighter blue. Kind of like it was when Luke gets it.
Oh, yeah.
You won't be needing this anymore.
Like the way he moves his hand, just exactly the way he did the Attack of the Clones.
Who are you?
More importantly, my friend,
Who are you?
I like a good quaking monkey lizard. Salacious Crumb. That's Conan O'Brien's favorite Star Wars character.
And where's your lightsaber?
it got knocked out of my hand.
By a rock.
Yeah, by a rock.
Silly thing. It was just working a minute ago.
You don't suppose it was hit by a rock, do you?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Very expensive. What are you doing all the way out here?
Nearest planet is Florin. It's 6 parsecs away.
Is it civilized?
That depends on your definition of...
I'd be happy to compensate you for your services.
Gun dogs. So, you look strong enough to pull the ears off a gun dog, kid.
Mother of all gun dogs. Precisely.
So George. Well, I'll just talk about it after, I guess.
What?
Just about the design.
The flying saucer?
Yeah, he just loves that era, 1950s, and he's been trying to get that in Star Wars for a long time.
Welcome to Florum. Lose your flashy sword? Are these what you were looking for, Jedi? I am more powerful than any Jedi. You're still outnumbered. The leader of the Clanker army. Someone is sure to pay a pretty price for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh! New problem!
That's not good.
Come on, Obi-Wan! Don't give up now!
Master! Looks like I got here just in time. That Gundar behind you.
Gundar. Oh, you mean the one that's too far away to worry about?
Lock the entrance.
It will cost you 1,000,000 credits. The payment will be in spice. I'm afraid he's too embarrassed to speak.
Having possession of Dooku's lightsaber proves nothing.
We may never have a better chance to capture Count Dooku. We would like to send 2 Jedi.
But they must be unarmed.
Gentlemen, can I offer you something to drink?
No, thank you.
Congratulations on your capture of Count Dooku.
Very impressive.
Yes, it was. Even a Sith Lord is no match for my warriors. You put up quite a fight. Cannons that glowy thing.
You mean a lightsaber?
That's it. And I don't need
This place suits you, Count.
It wasn't so long ago that you yourself were in similar surroundings. On my ship, they are devious and deceitful. And most importantly, stupid.
It's a wonder you don't get along.
Jedi!
You think it's turtle shell helmet?
Hey,
Or rock steadies?
see what he did?
Yeah, spike his fucking drink.
Enjoy your evening, gentlemen.
Well, there would have been more to that.
There is.
Well, today. I mean,
Yeah, there's... Yeah. Okay, so that was a reaction. We're going to start the discussion or breakdown. Alright, so we go out. 2.5 minutes left. Let's
reset it.
Okay. Resetting it. A couple things in this episode, lore-wise, but first of all, what do you think of the episode? It's obviously incomplete, but...
I think it's definitely the lack of reaction from us during most of that episode shows from that episode. That episode was just...
Well,
Yeah.
I liked that episode. I
didn't say it was bad.
Oh, yeah,
I said it was just...
There was a lot of big moments or like laugh out loud moments.
No,
You know what I
it was
mean?
just kind of like, this is
But
happening.
there's certainly a lot to discuss. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
so what do you think of Dooku getting captured by 40 pirates?
I think that the pirates just being there at that place at that time.
Does it bother you that he got captured?
That he got captured?
Yeah.
I think it's... Yeah, I mean a little. I mean, it kind of seems like it's...
It bothered me a little bit, but do you think...
I think he's just going...
Well, you know
along with
Dooku... Yeah, you know he doesn't stay there.
it. Yeah.
So how do you think that's going to go for them?
Well, I think it's going to go badly for those fuckers.
Yeah.
A bunch of drunk pirates. You know,
Yeah.
how well has it gone for a bunch of drunk pirates anywhere in our history? It doesn't go
Never very well.
No. That's how Jack Rackham and his crew
Goddamn.
died. That's how Edward Teach and his crew died. That's how it's, you know.
Yeah, I love Flint, though.
Well, Flint wasn't real, so...
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? But
But-
Teach was real. He
Yeah.
was drunk with his group when he died.
Well, that being said, what do you think of the pirates?
What I think of him?
Like, so the main pirate, the leader, Hondo Inaka is his name.
Yeah, okay.
I really like Hondo quite a bit. I think he's a cool character. I love the voice. Hello!
Yeah, like I said, he sounds like... I don't know, it's Pete the Cat. He definitely sounds really familiar. Jim Cummings.
It's Winnie the Pooh.
Is it?
Yeah. And he plays some other voices, too.
We're going to find out if that's...
Yeah, it is, because I remember looking this up before and realized finding out it was Winnie the Pooh.
Not him. But does he play Pete the Cat? That's what I want.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I want to know.
I get it. I need to rewatch that because I didn't know who he was.
What? How do you know? Pete the Cat, that big fat fucker, the opposite of Goofy and everything that Goofy's in. He's Goofy's neighbor in Goof Troop.
Is he?
Pete!
Oh.
He's just called Pete.
Okay, that's what...
I never knew he was a cat either.
I've never heard him be called a cat.
I didn't either.
I know Pete and PJ and yeah. God, man, Goofy movie is such a fucking...
Well, there's a Pete the Cat that's like that blue fucking cat from these books.
Well, the idea is...
But he was the...
Does Jim Cummings play Pete?
Jim Cummings. I knew it.
There you go.
Pete the fucking cat.
Pete the fucking cat.
Yeah, and he's doing all this other shit.
Hondo Naka. We haven't seen the last of him, obviously, because this is a continuation. Who knows how much longer he lasts. But he's a character that I enjoyed quite a bit. So it was important. It was George's idea for, even though he is just a badass, okay? In George's idea, like, he's basically facing 40 pirates. He could probably kill 35 of them. But then he'd probably get shot.
Yeah, he probably just, he knew how to hedge his bets, and he's just...
Yeah, and his idea was he wanted to... His big thing was he just wanted to go along with it at first. Yeah,
well, he has to get off the planet.
He just wanted to get off the planet, get back to business, didn't want to make a big deal. And, Dooku isn't a butcher like some of the others of the past as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he considers himself so high above people. And even,
well, he's always like, I'll give you money.
Yeah.
And then he keeps bringing it up. As a gift, just give me access. I'll make sure you don't want to pay. It's like, he just keeps bringing that up.
Yeah.
And obviously they don't think that he could be that wealthy, but he probably could pay just as much as either side.
Probably.
If he wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, George wanted to show that, like, no matter how powerful you are, if there's 40 drunk pirates around you with blasters pointing at you, then you could get captured. Yeah.
Well, he knew patience.
Mm-hmm. And Dooku is, like you said, hedging his bets. He seemed to be pretty convinced that Obi-Wan and Anakin aren't going to get off this planet so easily as well.
Well, he thought that it just seems ridiculous. They never look for the body, they never find the body, and they assume everybody's dead all the time in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, you won't be needing this anymore. And takes the lightsaber.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know, man? You don't see a hand there squished, sticking out of the rocks. I mean...
Well, I thought he thought they were alive, just buried. That's why he caved in the cave.
Okay, well, his attitude there, kind of...
Yeah. Well, he could have stayed behind to do the job, but I think he just was in a hurry, Yeah. I think he thought they were done for.
He wanted to get the hell out of there.
So in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, this is obviously after that.
Yeah.
So this is the second time. They're going up to see Padme in the very beginning. In the elevator. Mm-hmm. Relax. You're sweating. I haven't seen her in over 10 years, Master. I haven't since you this nervous this week fell in that nest of Gundocks. You fell into that nightmare, Master. I rescued you, remember? He's like, that's right. And they started laughing. This also was an episode they were pretty conscious. This is actually the most dialogue. They left Ahsoka out of it. They wanted some buddy time with Obi-Wan and Anakin. They wanted that kind of that banter. Mm-hmm. And 2 didn't have it too much. And 3, you have like that hero banter. Like these guys are working with each other for a while. They're kind of like an old married couple. You know what I mean? So I think they did a good job of kind of showing. It's all the Gundarks. Like I said, fell in the list of Gundarks. The first time there's a kind of a throwaway line in Star Wars Episode 5.
Yeah.
He tells Luke that he looks strong enough to pull the ears off a Gundark.
That he looks strong enough to pull the ears off a Gundark.
So behind the scenes when they were designing this thing, there was an original concept for a Gundark in the Star Wars RPG book. And George, they made a bunch, and George kind of liked that original design. So they kind of stuck close to that, but one thing that was important to them was the ears. So they had a bunch of different concepts with big ears. They wanted big, strong ears.
What do the ears look like on that thing? Are they big and long and have little fluff balls on the end of them?
I don't know if they're flip balls, but they're big and long. Yeah. But do you think the design's pretty cool?
I think it's alright.
Yeah.
I think that, sometimes monsters in Star Wars sometimes are hit and miss. For me, it seems like the movies, especially the original trilogy,
and
their limitations, I mean, they didn't give you a lot. Like the Sarlacc, you didn't get much until they edited that, brought it back and gave it a beak.
I thought that the space slugs were pretty cool. Episode 5. Like in the asteroid.
Yeah, I did like that.
Yeah, they were cool. Mynock, like these bat type creatures.
Mynock.
Of course, Dagobah had some pretty cool things.
They did. And the fact that you didn't
Episode 5, they really kicked up the production. Like episode 4, they have narrow corridors. They kept reusing the same hallway. Episode 5, where you notice the world gets huge, hallways get bigger.
Well, probably because the episode 4 was a hit.
It kicked ass, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they were limited budget.
And then they had Yoda looking so great. But I love Yeah, like I get you. Some of the monsters are hit and miss sometimes. Some are pretty cool and some are kind of lackluster. But I like the Gundark, and I've seen other versions where he's different colors and stuff too. He's kind of a big bright red. I don't like that big bright red. I didn't quite like that. Red. Yeah. But yeah, so you notice a flying saucer ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go behind the scenes, George has had concepts for like 1950s stuff that he grew up with, like flying saucer designs from the 1950s. And he's had concepts for that since Star Wars Episode 1: The Phantom Menace. And he's been kind of trying to get it in there. Never quite worked out. And then, of course, this is its first canon kind of appearance with that UFO look. And they also have that UFO sound when it was shooting that beam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's obviously an homage to that era as well. So, yeah, George got what he wanted.
Well, it's like, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You're right, this episode does give a lot of material for conversation.
It does, yeah.
It just seems like, as far as story-wise goes, it's just kind of like...
Yeah, Dooku just got captured. Right?
Which is like kind of like the usual shit, except for I did like the ending when they're in the pirate's lair.
Yeah,
and they swap the drinks, and they're toasting at the end while these other the two guys drank the roofies, passed the fuck out, and you got guys laying all over the floor, drunk in the mess. And
yeah. The beginning of this arc, it's pretty simple. Dooku got captured, but it feels like a lot happened though, because it was pretty fast paced. I did like the beginning where Dooku. Like, he was using the Force lightning, sliding down that tube to blind Anakin so he couldn't tell which way he was going. And then, of course, them in a cave was cool. It just kind of reminded me of when they fell into that nest at Gundarks and before Episode 2. So, the Weequay, that's the name of the species that we saw, that Hondo Naka's a Weequay.
You know, you have the fucking guys on the skiff and everything in Jabba's palace.
That's the same species.
Yeah.
So, they're from the planet, I think it's pronounced Srylar. It's a very harsh desert planet. Mm-hmm. So the Weequay are kind of naturally evolved to survive in these harsh conditions, and they're resistant to lightsaber, to blaster fire, and they're just very durable. So the Hutts would always employ them as, mercenaries, assassins, bodyguards, and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they're just tough.
They're just tough, yeah, and that's what they are. So it's just another reason you had 40 Weequay pirates with blasters pointing at you. It's another reason.
Just kind of stand down and...
Well, it might have been Dooku, like you said, he's hedging his bets. Return of the Jedi is their first canon appearance. And I know they're in Revenge of the Sith. I can't remember if they're in any other ones.
Were they in Revenge of the Sith?
I can't remember. I know they were because, like a couple years ago, I looked it up.
I just remember them being in Return of the Jedi, yeah, definitely.
So...
And probably... No, never mind. They don't show Jabba's palace.
No.
Yeah, it's okay. They never ordered.
So you see Palpatine, he was there with the Jedi and Padme, and he was like, when Dooku got in front of that hologram, he was like looking down, it's like he was ashamed. Mm-hmm. And then Palpatine was like, oh, a hologram can be faked. He was trying to do everything he could to not have to recognize, be put in that situation where Dooku is captured, and now he's in a situation where he has to make it look like he wants to get Dooku captured by sending Jedi to go get him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's funny is later on he dispatches Senator Karras and Senator Banks to go get him.
Worst fucking...
Yeah, how well do you think that's going to go?
Yeah, not very good, because just as soon as I saw Banks there, and this other guy who looks like another Banks.
Yeah.
So...
one thing that made me think, and I know they were under duress, and they were tired already, but Episode 1... when that dioxygen is getting pumped in the room into Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, do you remember what they do? Dioxygen.
Yeah, and they hold their breath.
They hold their breath. We know they can't hold their breath forever. If they could easily swim from the top of the lake to the secret Gungan city.
They didn't do that. They have those fucking breathers.
I know. Like, they could easily, they wouldn't need those.
Yeah.
So they can't hold their breath forever, but they held their breath long enough to get out of that room, and then speed out of there.
Yeah.
It's a few minutes. I thought maybe they could have shown that ability again right there.
But they didn't.
Because it looked like, to me, that, of course, they were duress, they were tired.
They didn't know anybody was coming either, I guess, but they could have tried.
Yeah. So right now, that's pretty much where we left off. They're in the Florum system on that planet. Do you think these pirates are going to get out of this thing scot-free?
No, they're not going to get out unscathed at all. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't take away a lot of inspiration from this episode. Really inspire me to say much about it. It's just I didn't take any fucking notes except for the Pete the Cat guy, Jim Cummings.
No, that's all right.
I walked away from it like that. I like to look at the voice actors. I'm sure he didn't mean to get shot, but when his sailor was getting shot, he did not seem very perturbed about it. He was just sitting there in the cockpit, and like this the fucking thing's shooting him. He's just like looking over, and it goes down. Like he doesn't get excited.
Well, do you remember in Attack of the Clones when he's getting shot at when he's getting away from that bunker? He just has his little escort droid things, just with no emotion. It's kind of how he is.
The only time you ever see him give anything is when Django dies. Yeah, he has that look on his face.
That was the funniest damn thing.
Yeah. And you see him kind of smile a little bit, and kind of
haven't been forward to this.
Well, he's like, yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he's not a smiler, and he's less of a smiler in this series. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little more. He's definitely a little more menacing the way he is in this series, for the most part, and how he acts at least.
Yeah, the cartoon version of him is far more menacing than Lee.
Yeah. But
I love Christopher Lee.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
So I'm just saying, I loved him as Saruman. I liked him more as Saruman than Dooku.
Yeah, with Lee, we see him trying to be a deceptive, but before the war begins, he's still trying to be deceptive. And then we see him at the end of his life. So here we actually get to see him be this menacing leader of the Separatist Parliament. You know what I mean? We get to see him be kind of like the formidable Sith Lord.
Yeah.
That we get to see in the micro-series too, which is also has a great depiction of him as well.
It is.
Yeah, other than that, I don't got too much else to say. I don't want to run over the time for Billy.
Call it. So
but guys, that is it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction or breakdowns episode. Can't wait for the next one. If you like us, you want to support us, just subscribe, leave a comment down below, and click that notification. Check out other reactions as well.
I haven't felt you this tense since we fell into that nest of gundogs.
You fell into that nightmare, Master, and I rescued you.